Hi, this is Jerry Dreesen, and welcome to another broadcast with the PEMF. Hi, welcome again, and I wanted to just kind of go down our list of things that we want to make sure we're fulfilling for our members, and also those of you that are brand new to the PEMF world, whether you're working on humans or small animals or large animals, and you're just getting your business started, like you're in the healthcare or animal care field, and you've been doing other things, massage and physical therapy, and you want to bring PEMF into your world. We want to be there to help you with that and answer any questions you have. And so a lot of things you'll see is we have a few certification courses, and what that does is it walks you through this thing called PEMF and how you can use it to learn using PEMF on humans or on large animals or on small animals, or just what is PEMF in general. And those are our 4 certifications. And those of you that are in our chat room and things like that, we have, hi Hazel, good to see you again. And where are you in that picture? That's a cool looking valley there. But just the overall of what's going on, and then our large certification system that we're in the process of getting put together. It's a 2-year process, but then we're going to be nationally accredited and be able to provide that as well. So that's our biggest thing that we've got. And there's Lisa Marie. Hello, and I think I've seen that before. That's a huge statue too. Grand Canyon. Okay, good. And some of the things that we want to make sure is, now that, as you know, PEMF is just making this groundswell where we've been kind of on the cutting edge here and bringing in PEMF to more people, and there's more manufacturers. Katie, hi, Minnesota. Good afternoon. And I'm saying good afternoon from Seattle, which is where we're based here with the association. And the people that are learning this for the first time, we're getting a lot of in our chat rooms, but also all the other different PEMF chat rooms that are spread throughout Facebook. You'll see me jump on there every once in a while. There's a lot of questions about, where do we go? How do we get started in a business? Things like that. And that's what we're all about too. We want to give you as much information as possible on PEMF and answering any questions you have. So if you do have something you'd like to see us talk more about, and you're seeing this video that we're talking about, whether it's live or it's going to be on YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel and it's here on Facebook, but feel free to post that, because we see that. And if we can answer any questions, or even maybe taking an actual talk that I do weekly and just expanding on that, I'd love to do that as far as answering your questions. One of the things we want to start working on too, and you'll start seeing that, is that Lauren's going to be answering frequently asked questions. So we're scraping the web, finding out what questions are out there that people are asking, and then we are putting together kind of an FAQ, frequently asked questions. But then also, one of the things we talk about is an SAQ, or should ask questions. So things that we know about that you may not. And so if we could put that into a format for you as well, that would be great. But the other thing that I'd like to start doing, and I see it a lot in my profession too, is that taking the current research and discussing it and breaking it down, because it can be pretty dry. That's also, probably one of the best bedtime stories is reading research, right? It just knocks you out unless you're really into it. But I'd like to start looking at the different research articles that are there, and spending some time to talk about them in literally putting them into an audio format and how things can help you out, how PEMF can help people out too. And so if you have any specific research articles, like on our website, the Association of PEMF Professionals, you can go in there and look at all the different research articles we have. And if there's one that you'd like me to, break down or talk about, I'd be more happy to do that as well. And that way you've got it's almost going to be in a podcast form. And that's probably going to be our next thing that we do is we put together a AOPP podcast. So you can just tie into, like we're talking about here, and just turn all of that audio into podcast so you can get your 5-10 minutes of PEMF as you're going in. But I think one of the biggest things we're seeing right now are people jumping into PEMF for the first time, and they are always asking, the first question is, what is PEMF? And then once they know, it's like, well, how can I get involved and create a business? And what kind of a machine should I get? What's the best brand? What's the best company? And we're an omni group. It's all brands, all companies, all distributors. What we want to do is help you make decisions as far as, what's best for your company. Are you going to be a company where people come in to where you are and they can, sit on the devices and use the devices there? Are you going out? What's your time? As far as on site with people, is it a mat that somebody sleeps on overnight, or is it a device that you put on for 10 minutes? And so that's always been the biggest challenge is, what should you get? And what's the difference between power and time and frequencies? Because some PEMFs are just locked in at a certain frequency, which is the closest thing to what Earth's natural magnetic field is. And others, you can actually dial in the different frequencies that are set for different pathologies that you want to get. And everybody's a little different. And you'll have to really, do some research with the companies that you're dealing with to find out what's going on. But in a nutshell, what we talk about is low power versus high power. And low power is going to take longer than a high power is. And so that's, very precise statement. That's what you need. If you want to have shorter treatment times, then you need a higher power machine. If you want to get lower power machines, then the treatment time has to take longer. And I always talk about the dry sponge. So you've got a dry sponge and you've got some water next to you. You can take an eyedropper and drop it on the dry sponge. And that's a body that needs PEMF that you're adding it to on a low power. And on a high power, it's like just taking the sponge and picking it up and putting it in the glass of water. So there's a faster absorption versus a smaller distribution over time. And that's how that works. Some of the other things, like last week, I talked about nitric oxide and how people's bodies are low. I've got some test strips. I'm going to be doing an experimentation with the test strips to see my before and after using PEMF and how that affects the saliva test for that. But I think my goal would be is if that's a way of an indicator for people that are low in nitric oxide and you test it and they're low, and then you do PEMF care and then see those levels increase through a saliva test, that's going to be a pretty good way to brand yourself and also to, quantify how you're, what you're doing for people. So that's one of the things I've got going on the side. And I think that overall, that we are so happy with all our members joining and becoming a part of this and learning and being able to take what we're helping you with and going out and helping other people, because that's, our ultimate goal is helping you help other people. And, PEMF is such an amazing product. And I don't know if you noticed, the Olympic athletes use PEMF devices. One of our corporate members, they use their devices and a lot of the Olympic athletes use that. And people are putting together PEMF centers where you can, go into a building and there's like 4 or 5 units and people are coming in and just using it like a spa. So those are some ways that you can expand your business too, is have a brick and mortar where people can come, but then you can also be a hybrid where you're also going out and doing things too. So there's lots of different ways that you can help people out with PEMF, and that's the human side. And then going in and working with vets, bringing your device into the clinic and working with them. People that are members of the AOPP have access to seminars or webinars that we've done on how to work with chiropractors or how to build your business. And so those are some of the great things that we've got on the inside for our members, as well as a member, then you have links to your business as a member. And then we have coming out, we've got it set up. We just got to get the shopping cart set up where you can purchase as a member a one-page website that lists all of your information, your name, your address, your phone, pictures of you, a couple of videos that we put together. And then we promote that website so that it shows up in the search engines when people are looking for a PEMF practitioner near them. So those are some things that we are in the process of too. So feel free to reply, respond, share everything that we were doing here. Let more people know about us. And again, we're just in the very beginning stages of this huge groundswell known as PEMF, and I'm excited to be part of that. And for you also, those of you that are members and that are learning about this, it's got no place to go but up. So with that, I want to thank you for your time. And so we've got some live people watching and some comments here. So feel free to comment afterwards and ask questions. We monitor this. So if you've got a question, please post it here and we'll get to you as soon as possible too. So have a great week and enjoy the middle of August. And hopefully it's not smoky where you guys are, and get some good quality air, get some filters going too. So take care. Have a great week.